That's always the first thing I do. I'm going to look through today's lineup, see if there are any advantages to be had from injuries. Claxton's still out. Dayron Sharp did not come through. Looks like he's kind of low on the pecking order here. They've been playing Ben Simmons at center, so I would probably avoid him. But he's still capable of getting you 15 and 10 if they actually give him some time. Cam Johnson's still out, so kind of same scenario we were in last game. Cam Thomas has been awesome. The other guys could certainly break out. Your situations are pretty much the same for Minnesota, for Atlanta, for Portland. We're looking at interesting one here in Toronto. Looks like Precious Achiuwa got hurt last game. Coloco's already out, so as a backup center, you could move Siakam over a little bit. Obviously, Anunoby's questionable. So the guy who I think is interesting, who I've seen have big games before, is Chris Boucher. So Chris Boucher hasn't been playing much. If he gets more minutes, he's an option to actually do something for you. But he is a 17 for his last 10, so chances he gets a lot higher than that, not that great. I actually picked one of his up just to cover a lineup where I needed someone in the high teens. Looks like the Warriors may rest a bunch of people coming off a back-to-back, or on the second of a back-to-back here. Right now it's got Klay Thompson as questionable. He said he'd play back-to-backs, but he's old, so I wouldn't be surprised if he sat. This is going to kind of be where it gets interesting. So assuming... I didn't realize Kuminga was game time decision, so he's got a knee contusion. So they're a little shallow right now. Interesting guy here is the rookie, Trace Jackson Davis. Really hasn't played more than a minute or two this year in the first 3 games. With all these guys possibly out or injured, he's interesting, and he is a 0 for his L10 right now. You can pick up his rookie card, his 2023-2024 card for under $5 right now. Interesting guy. He's a big guy. This is Dale Davis, the former Pacer big man's son. But he's obviously more of a skilled ball handler than Dale Davis was. I just wouldn't be surprised if he got some run tonight. These are the kind of games you're looking for to get some value out of those really low-priced guys, or the guys with really low L10s, and a 0 doesn't get any lower than that. So give him a look. I would say, obviously, more usage for Curry, more usage for maybe some more shots for Andrew Wiggins. He's been disappointing so far this year. Interesting night, though, for the Warriors to see how they work this, see who sits out and who doesn't, but we really just don't know at this point. Another interesting team, you've got the Heat. Adebayo picked up a little injury last game. He's questionable. And the guy that came in and actually did well in a start was Nikola Jovic. Started, played 20 minutes, put up over 30 Sorare points. That's interesting. However, in the other 2 games, he didn't play at all. So if Bam is playing, I would say he's not an option. If you hear Bam is out, you may want to pick him up. He's pretty interesting. We'll get more into him later. Let's see here. I've got Beauchamp out for the Bucks. That doesn't really affect a whole lot, I wouldn't think. These are all the same injuries as we've had. Kyrie's questionable. Obviously, if you have Luka and you're not starting him, I don't know what to tell you. You got to start Luka pretty much every game. I don't think there will be a situation where you don't start him. We have Memphis. Memphis is just banged up. Really banged up right now. So Tillman's obviously been good to start the season. Zaire Williams played quite a bit, did pretty well last game. John Conchar we'll talk about a little bit later. He's interesting. I don't like LaRavia. I don't really like Lofton. Derrick Rose is really interesting. We'll talk about him a little bit later. But those are some injury guys. And then everything else looks pretty much the same. So getting to how I break this down, basically I use averages to make my sheet. So I just downloaded all the season averages for every player. And I do this on a per game basis. So like for Jovic, it says he's 21 minutes a game. Well, he only played one of the 3 games, so you got to take that into account. So if he doesn't play, you're in a bit of a gray area there. So his numbers look good. He put up 32.2, his first and only game that he played this year, and basically his L10 average is a 2. So you're getting a lot of value there. His price right now for his limited starts at about $10. Good value there. Dean Wade for Cleveland is playing a lot with them going through a lot of injury issues, and he's only a 9. His average game is about a little under 20. So you're getting some value here with him. Conchar I mentioned before, 26 minutes a night. He didn't play their first game. He was coming off of like some personal leave of absence or something, but he's been back in there and he's playing big minutes. That's a guy I would totally target for $3.44. Good lineup filler. He's a 14. Let's see here. We were talking about Derrick Rose for Memphis also. He's averaging 18.7. Great thing about Derrick Rose is he shoots it a lot. He's not afraid to shoot it. He's a former MVP. He's going to get up shots, so he's going to score points for you. If he gets hot, he's still capable of getting you 30, 35 points on a given night, even in short minutes. You got Kevin Love, maybe with some of the injuries to the Heat. He's available. He's 16. Prices on these guys are all $5, $6. Honestly, these are the guys you're looking at. Max Strus playing almost 40 minutes a night for the Cavs with all their injuries. Garland's out again. Mitchell, questionable. His numbers have been great. His average game is over 43, and he's at 21. He's a little more expensive. He's $13. So these are great guys to fill lineups with. Reggie Jackson for Denver. I did not expect to see this. He's averaging 21. He's playing 20 minutes a night. His L10's an 11. So